You may think personal branding is luxury for influencers, but here is the reality for CEOs and leaders. Your personal brand already working for you or against you. I'm gonna make sure you're not gonna walk from here until you understand what's personal branding. So grab your coffee because this is gonna be a long one. Hi, my name is Abdellah Belfakih and I help CEOs and leaders to build their personal brand, to influence, and their businesses to grow through smart and strategic content creation. Last week I had a meeting with a client and I have this problem again and again. People, they don't understand what is the personal brand. So I want to wipe that misunderstanding right now in this video to go deep dive in what is personal diving. I love diving, so that's why I mentioned diving. So what is personal brand? So when I research, I did my research here and I find answer from Harvard Business School, and it says here, let me find it in a second. Personal branding is the intentional strategic practice of defining and expressing your value. I think here it is too complicated because it's too academic for most people. I'm gonna explain that in a moment, because whenever I mention personal brand, they have this so much headache and they cannot even focus and they get so overwhelmed. And hear me out, I don't want you to get overwhelmed. This is too easy. It's so easier than what you think. And this is gonna change your life, because the moment you understand what is personal branding, especially for CEOs and leaders in any sector, in any industry, whether you are a doctor or a lawyer or any industry, once you understand personal branding, trust me, there is no going back. You're gonna go walk in meetings, you're gonna open doors, you're gonna do whatever purpose you really want. Alright, that was an academic explanation or definition. What is the definition for me? This is my opinion, what it is personal brand and how I see it. It is more of what people think about you when you are not in the room. I want to simplify it as much as I can for CEOs and my clients and people who I always meet. What you want people to think about you when you are not in this room, whether offline or online. I didn't say online, I say online or offline. Why did I say that? The only difference between offline and online that we're gonna translate who you are offline to online. What is the personal brand? Is the widely held perception of an individual based on their experience, expertise, competencies, actions, and achievement within a community, industry, or a marketplace at large. And that's the core, and that's the fundamental, and that's the principle of personal brand. Alright, personal branding, in the other hand, it is what an individual does, the actions they take, what they build to establish that perception in people's mind. Guys, I'm really excited today because I love this topic so much, and I think this is the only thing, if you get it right, you're gonna achieve whatever you want to achieve in your life, whether in the business level or the personal level, whether you want to achieve awareness in marketing level, or you want to achieve clients, leads, or you want to achieve your opportunities. Yeah, that's why I love this topic so much. So now when we have this core, before you start posting out there, I need you to sit a moment with yourself and start identify before the image, like who you are, who you really are. When I say who you are in your industry. Let's say I am a doctor, okay? I'm a CEO and I have this clinic, and who I am in my industry. So for example, if I am a lawyer in the family law, or let's say in the corporate law, what things that people you want them to know? So go talk about them. That's who you are right now, and that's where your expertise are. Perception is currency. So it's not about what do you think of yourself. It's more of about what people think of you. You need to know that people, they act based on what they think about you, not the other way around, not how you think of yourself. Let me drink coffee first. The third thing, which is very important as well, right now, when you understand all this, when you understand the core of and the principle of personal branding, you get to know that automatically you are playing the long-term game. You're not hit and run, you are right now, you don't care about likes, you don't care about metrics, that's the wrong metrics. I mean, the real metrics here, it's the long-term relationship. You're building relationship. Think about it. Who trusts you the most? Your family and your people who you are surrounded with. Why they trust you? Because they really are with you for the long term, and they've been with you. They know how you are, how you look like, and how authentic you are. That's exactly what you really need to bring online. If you do it offline properly, good job, well done. You need to just translate the same thing online. If you still don't do it perfectly offline, you need to work on your offline and online. So when we talk about personal branding, again, to remind you, it's only your reputation, whether if it's online or if it's offline. How you want people to think about you as a CEO, as a leader in your industry. Mistake number 1, posting so much without strategy. Alright, so I'm gonna stop for a while here. You remember when we talk about defining what's personal branding, we were talking also about knowing who you are. For example, who am I? I am Abdellah Belfakih. I have a media strategy, yes. What does this media strategy company does? It builds personal brands for CEOs and leaders to influence, and also it build their businesses to grow. That's exactly what I do. That's who am I, and where my expertise is, and where I am specialized in. So based on that, I'm making my content. Based on that, I know what's my strategy very clearly. It means what I'm saying here, when you post so much with no clear strategy, you are lost. You need to have a clear. When I say a clear, you need to really pause and meditate about it, Understanding who am I, what I'm doing, and why I'm doing this. The why is very important. Why I am doing this. Then you can start posting. Posting too much or not, that's when it comes to the second mistake people they do, which is posting too much. Here you need to focus about the quality and what's harm your personal brand. And honestly, I see it from industry to industry. There's some industries they post so much and it doesn't hurt their personal brand. And there is some industries that they have it is very hurtful for their personal brand or their businesses to post too much. So they need to focus on their quality, not the quantity. Mistakes that I see CEOs does, especially when they get excited and they have their strategy and they have their clarity, they go ahead and they start speaking like a marketer rather than speaking like a leader or like themselves, like a CEO. And this is something that I always mention, like to my clients, please, I don't want you to sell. You are not here to sell anything. You are here to share your knowledge with the audience, with your audience in your industry. Anyways, naturally, I know you don't have time because you are a CEO and you're doing a lot of things and you have so many pillars in your company that you have to take care of. But be careful of this huge mistake that I see CEOs does, which is delegating the content for someone. All right, how you're supposed to do your content as a CEO, even if you are really busy, because it will take you only half an hour or 1 hour. 1 hour in a week that you can make all your content for weeks. Literally, I mean it. So you record yourself and you put your thought out there from your expertise. That's it, and you give it to make content. Or you want to shape it, you give it to a copywriter so he can shape it. But you record your thoughts, not someone else's thoughts, because you are the expert in your industry, not somebody else. if we're gonna shift our mindset here, we need to think about not the quantity, it is the quality. If we are talking about CEOs, if we are talking about CEOs, leaders, when it comes to content, you need to think always about the quality, not the quantity. There is areas where you have to use quantity, and there is areas when you need to use only quality. And when it comes to CEO and personal branding, you need to use only quality. Okay. And keep in mind, consistent strategic insights, it's more important than consistent noise. Yeah. So that's what your audience want to hear, and that's the value you need to provide to your audience. Second shift of mindset that I really need you to think, I need you to shift your mindset from ego to service mindset. You are not here to show off, you are here to serve people, to solve their problems and to inspire them. So when I say you are here, I want to make it clear that branding isn't about showing off. It is more of you are solving problems, you are inspiring others, and that's how I need you to think whenever you are creating content. What's the problem am I solving to my audience? Like right now, what I am doing for you, I am right now solving the problem of your personal brand. How you gonna influence and how you gonna grow. This is exactly what I am doing, and that's why you are here, because I am really solving a problem for you. I need you also to shift your mindset from random to intentional. What I mean by random to intentional, everything you do, every post you do, every speech you deliver, it needs to connect to your values, to your business strategy, and to your audience, more importantly. Excuse my English because I am not a native speaker, please. I like to call it the 3 C's. The 3 C's model, something I've built in my company that we help with the CEOs to build their personal branding, the action that they have to take to build personal branding. Let me walk you through it step by step. The first C, which is clarity. You need to really define your positioning. What do you really want to be known for as a CEO, as a leader in your industry? Even if you are a lawyer, doctor, what do you really want to be known as? Do you want to be the doctor who helps people? Like, for example, the judge who recently passed away, may his soul rest in peace, Judge Frank Caprio. We all know what he does. Think about it. How you think of him? Think of the way how he presents himself, what we know about him. He's so merciful, he's so compassionate, the way how human he is. And we would never follow him or listen to him or listen to his cases if we didn't feel that connection and we didn't resonate in such a human level. You know what I mean? And that's what you need to do. That's the first C, clarity. You need to be clear. You need to define what you really want to be known for very clearly. Clear as crystal clear. The second C, which is content. It's only 1 hour. Once you have this clarity. Like, for example, me right now, I have a media agency that I help CEOs to influence, right? So based on that, I'm gonna create only 1 hour video that you record, and from that 1 hour, you start posting a week's. How many of you agrees? If you record 1 hour, how many reels of Instagram or LinkedIn you could really bring out of it? And that's your post for weeks. So as a busy CEO, you cannot record 1 hour of your insights and your expertise. That's why the second C, it is very important, which is content. The third C, consistency. Not constant, it's consistency. There is difference between being a constant, you post all the time on time and all that, and consistency. You show up all the time, people see you, I see you all the time, you remind me of who you are. So that's what you really have to think about. Your family doesn't have to see you consistent, right? All the time, you come all the time. No, in this hour, no, it's just a casual visit. Not specifically it has to be Friday 10 a.m. You know what I mean? Unless if you want it to be really like routinic that way, that's another case. So as easy as it sounds, weekly rhythm, 1 anchor post plus 2 supporting pieces. That's it. Repeat, refine, and reinforce. Yeah, this is the 3 C's that it is very important for you to put into work and action the personal branding. It helps me a lot, it helps my clients a lot, and I hope it will help you a lot. Any questions, any comments, put in below, and let's discuss and let's understand with each other. If you have any problem, anything to solve, I'll be more than happy to help. Now when we understand what's personal brand and personal branding in a deep level, let me show you some myths I always hear again and again from my clients. Myth number 1, personal branding is ego-driven, while the fact is leadership visibility. Without it, no one knows you. Without it, no one knows your story. Myth number 2, Abdullah, I don't have time. As I said, this framework, it will solve this problem for you, which is only 1 hour. You don't need hours to build. Actually, in fact, you are a CEO, you don't need hours to build your content. It is simply this. You know your strategy, you know who you're targeting, you know who you're talking to, and then you go ahead and you record only 1 hour explaining, like once in a month. Once in a month, you record 1 hour only. I need you to record only 1 hour of your expertise, your knowledge, your mindset shift for your clients or for your audience, and you put it out there in pieces for weekly. You can even go 3 months. You can record 1 hour for 3 months if you want. But I would not advise that. I would advise at least once in a month. Every month you record 1 hour, you cut it in pieces, and you put your insights out there in LinkedIn or in Instagram or Twitter, whatever it makes sense for your industry. So the fact is, 1 structured hour creates weeks of content. 1 myth I always hear, and it's very wrong. Please don't say this. People, they say, Abdullah, personal branding is only for influencers. No, it's not for influencers. The fact is, every CEO today, every serious CEO today is judged by their digital presence. Those are facts, very important for you to understand in order to build your personal brand as a CEO. And whenever we want to build a personal brand for a CEO, we always ask this question. In fact, you need to ask these questions to yourself. And those questions are very important. Hear me out. What's the perception you want to own as a CEO in your industry today? Second question, which is very important, who must see your content for it to matter in the first place? So who is it? Investors, doctors, policymakers, decision makers? Who really need to see your content for you to matter? Board members? Think about it. And the last question, and it's very important, and I always say it to my clients, think about it. The last question, which is, if your brand disappeared tomorrow, what would you want people to think about you? Thank you so much. So if you are a CEO or a leader or a professional and you think your reputation it is safe without a personal branding or personal brand, think again. The world is digital and attention is the currency, and perception is power. Your move right now is very simple. Define your position and build a strategic content and stay consistent. That's it. If this helped, share it with another leader and leave your thoughts in the comments. I would love to hear them, or send me a direct message. And if you are here in Abu Dhabi or Dubai, let's meet for a coffee, because your personal brand is not optional anymore. It is the foundation of your influence and your legacy. Thank you so much.